In lesson 12.4, we're going to be learning about histograms. How can you use histograms to display data? We're on page 485 of our big book. When there's a large number of data values, it's helpful to group the data into intervals. A histogram is a bar graph that shows the frequency data in intervals. So see how there's a range of numbers here? These are the intervals. Unlike a bar graph, there are no gaps between the bars in a histogram. So there's no empty spaces in between. The histogram shows the ages of winners of the Academy Award for Best Actor from 1990 to 2009. How many winners were under 40 years old? So the height of each bar shows how many data values the interval represents. So these are the 20 to 29-year-olds. These are the 30 to 39-year-olds, 40 to 49, and so on. 10-year intervals there. How many winners were 20 to 29 years old? Well, it looks like one. Which other bar represents people under 40? That would be the 30 to 39-year-old bar right there. And it looks like there were 6. To find the total number of winners who were under 40 years old, add the frequencies for the intervals of the 20 to 29-year-olds and the 30 to 39-year-olds. So everybody under 40 is 1 plus 6 equals 7. So there are 7 winners who are under 40 years old. Is it possible for us to know if any of the winners was exactly 37 years old? No, because we have a range of numbers here, no exact numbers. So no, we have a range of ages. Maybe I should say ages instead. We have a range of ages, not specific ages. So we'd have to have a graph for every single age, which isn't practical. That would take more time and space. All right, here we go. The table shows the ages of winners of the Academy Award for Best Actress from 1986 to 2009. How many of the winners were under 40 years old? So we're going to make a histogram, it looks like. Okay, step 1, make a frequency table using intervals of 10. So here's our frequency table. They've already done the intervals of 10 for us. So 20 to 29 years old is a 10-year period, and so on. Okay. So I guess we'll finish the table. So we have 7 that are 20 to 29 years old. How many are 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. All right. 40 to 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 5 there. None that are 50 to 59. I'm going to cross out the 20s just so they don't get me confused. All right, 60s. 1. 70s. Whoops, I should have crossed it out. 0. And 80s, there's 1. Okay, so we finished our table. Set up the intervals along the x-axis of the graph. X is always horizontal. So there's our x-axis. The intervals must all be the same size. In this case, every interval includes 10 years. So in other words, you can't have 20 to 29 here, then 30 to 35 here, 40 to 42 over here. You can't change the intervals. They have to all be the same. They all have to be, in this case, 10 years. Write a scale for the frequencies on the y-axis. So they're doing count bys with twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Graph the number of winners in each interval. So they started at 4 us. This was 7. 7 is halfway between 6 and 8. 10. 5 is halfway between 4 and 6. I'm getting my data from up here. So 50 is a 0, so nothing happens here. 50 to 59 is 0, so there's no bar there. Okay, so 60 to 69 is just 1. So that's halfway to 2. And remember, with a histogram, the bars should touch. Now in this case, it can't over here because I have a 0. Whoops, and it looks like I have another 0. So it's not going to touch the 70 bar either because it's a 0. And then again, 80 to 89 is another just 1. So halfway to 2. All right, so we graphed them. Give the graph a title and label. Ages of Best Actress winners. There's our title. Label, and label the axes. And that's here, age and frequency. That's our label for the axes. It's not X and Y. This tells us the age range. This tells us the frequency, how many. And so that's the whole graph title. Complete the histogram by drawing the bars. Oops, I already did that. To find the number of winners who are under 40, add the frequencies for the intervals 20 through 29 and 30 through 39. So we have 7 and 10. Add them together, you get 17. So there were 17 of the winners were under 40. Okay, explain how you can tell from the histogram which age group has the most winners. Well, it's the tallest bar, right? The age group with the most winners has the tallest bar on the histogram. And in this case, it's the 30 to 39-year-olds. This bar is the tallest. All right. So same thing again here. Complete the frequency table for the age data. So here we have the ages of people at a health club. So the people who join a health club and go and work out there, this is the age range at this particular health club. So the intervals, so they're doing 10-year intervals again for the ages. So these are ages. The frequency is how often you see one of this group show up in our chart. So the 10 to 19-year-olds, there's an 18 and 19. So that's our 2. Okay, so 20 to 29. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6. 30 to 39. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 40 to 49, I have just 2. All right. Complete the histogram for the data. Use your histogram to find the number of people at the health club who are 30 or older. Okay, so that's what we're trying to find out. Okay, so we need to label Let's do our 10 to 19. Just going to draw some little lines here to keep me organized. 20 to 29, 30 to 39. My bars are getting wider, sorry. 40 to 49. Okay, so those are our ages. This is how often it shows up. This is 10 to 19. I have just 2. So my bar's right there. 20 to 29 is our biggest group. So that side of the bar should touch. And that would be 6. 30 to 39 is close to the 20s, but a little bit shorter with only 5. And the 40s are back to 2. Okay. Okay, so we have, what is this here? 5 plus 2 equals 7. So there's 7 people who are 30 or older. 5 plus 2. Use your histogram to determine the percent of the people at the health club who are 20 to 29. So what percent? Well, first of all, I have to know the total number of people going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So there's 15 people at the health club on this day. What percent are 20 to 29? Well, that's 6 out of 15 are 20 to 29. So I have to divide 6 by 15. That 5 looked terrible. In order to figure that out. Well, that's 0. 15 can't go into 6. But 15 can go into 60, 4 times? And nice and even. So 0, so this equals 0.4. 0.4, if you remember back at chapter 5, 0.4 equals 40%. So 40% of the people at the health club are 20 to 29 years old. All right, good luck.